Good morning, good afternoon. Thanks for attending the Connect and Extend Oracle Partner Community webinar. I'm Jürgen Kress, part of the Oracle Product Management team. In case you missed one of our webcasts, on-demand recordings are available at Oracle Video Hub, including presentation for download. In today's presentation, Neil Kominski and Harris will give us an update on how to use artificial intelligence in combination with Oracle integration. Harris, welcome to the call.
Hi, Jürgen. Hi, everyone. Looking forward to it.
So you are our innovation officer for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. What kind of innovation in combination with integration will you show us today?
Today, our topic is very interesting. We have a lot of AI services, as you know, from Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. And today, we will pick up one of the services, Document Understanding. We will look at an overview of that service in itself and how you can use it, how you can integrate with it to extract data from like invoices and load it into ERP Cloud.
That sounds exciting. Thank you very much. Neil, thank you. And thanks for attending.
Thank you for having me, Jürgen. Looking forward to this session with Harris.
So what will you show us today, slides or demo?
No, I'll be just going through some of the new features from 24.02 release, which is being rolled out at the moment. So just to let the folks know exactly what has arrived in February release.
Excellent. So let's get started. So SaaS services need to be connected. Oracle integration offers certified adapters and pre-built connectivity. Objective of the call is to introduce AI features in combination with Oracle integration and to update you on 24.02. Please pay attention to the Oracle Safe Harbor statement as we will talk a little bit about roadmap and upcoming features. Quick housekeeping, please feel free to post your questions via the conference Q&A tool anytime. At the end of the webcast, we will answer them. Slides are available at our community website and will be uploaded also to Oracle Video Hub. Please share your feedback via the Zoom survey at the end of the webcast. For today's agenda, we will start with Harris, and he will highlight also Oracle integration and then hand over to Neil to give us an update on the latest release. Some quick announcements. Please join us for our next product update webcast on March 21st to get also details about 24.02 and the upcoming release in April 24.04. I'm sure Neil will include a lot of demos, so please register. In case you missed our last customer success webcast, it's available on demand. It was a presentation by Kress talking about the Change Company. It's an excellent success story in the financial services. And if you would like to present your customer success, please reach out to myself and we can also run a joint campaign. Our new customer newsletter is published, the February edition. It includes all the events, all the technical articles and product information for customers. We are currently running a webcast series for partners in EMEA, specifically on the different SaaS pillars. And tomorrow we will present how to connect human capital management. So join us on February 28th or join us on March 13th for CX. And you can also watch all the webcasts like ERP and the overview webcast on demand. We would like to invite you to take a certification. Oracle integration offers 3 different certifications for sales, solution engineer, and implementation expert. So please become a certified expert. And to help you with the certification, we continue to offer the free hands-on trainings, the bootcamps, which are specifically for SaaS partners and integration experts with the goal that you get trained hands-on. Registration is open for the event in March in Asia and in South America. We run again a training then in Asia, in the US, EMEA, and in Brazil in Portuguese. For details and registration, please see the February edition of the Partner Community newsletter with all the key announcements. And as a community member, you can also visit the community website. Today's webcast is live and is recorded, and we will publish the recorded version on Oracle Video Hub, including the slides for download. In case you missed one of our webcasts, here's an overview. I would like to highlight a very nice webcast with advanced integration capabilities, or the B2B functionality, or healthcare integration. So make sure you watch the webcast on Oracle Video Hub. With that short introduction, I would like to hand over to Harris. Harris, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Jürgen. Okay. So today we will first go through an overview of our AI services. When it comes to Oracle, we are working aggressively, and for a long time, we have a lot of AI services that we are offering as part of Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Everything starts from data, and Oracle is holding massive amounts of data when it comes to its database services and others. So when you look at our services from infrastructure perspective, we are providing advanced GPU. So you as a customer or a partner, if you want to run your own large language models or some kind of an AI modeling, you want GPU infrastructure, you can go into OCI and you can provision services. We have been providing AI services inside our database, whether it be Oracle database or MySQL HeatWave. Machine learning, we provide OCI data science notebooks, so you can go in. So if you are a data scientist, you can jump in and have all those capabilities available. When it comes to generative AI, I was looking at it, and this space is changing and coming up with so many things and so quickly. It's very hard for us to keep these slides up to date. Just today, we announced GA of our generative AI services. We were providing Cohere-based models, and today, Llama Meta-based Llama 2 model has been made GA as well. So when it comes to generative AI, you can go and utilize that. Then on the right-hand side, what you see is there are a lot of AI services, which is what from my perspective, I call developer-friendly services. Whether you are trying to create a chatbot, you are looking for speech translation from speech to text, or vision, you want to detect some kind of an objects, or language, it can be sentiment, it can be language translations as well. And today's focus is one of those services, which is document understanding service. So what can you do with this document understanding service? This is a service which, if you have a project and you would see me providing you a demo and some scenarios for that, you can extract text, tables, barcodes, images from any kind of a document. You can pass this service and you can classify a document. Maybe you have a requirement where you want to put different documents and you want to send it to different teams. Maybe bank statement goes to one finance team and tax documents or invoices goes to another. Using this service, it understands these formats and it will classify those documents. Then you can extract key values as well. We provide pre-trained models, which helps you to extract key values for things like invoices, receipts, driver license, passports. And if you want to extract key values, specific values from your own documents, or you want to improve it, you can go ahead and create custom models too. So what is text extraction part of this service? This is, as I mentioned, this is mainly a what we say is OCR, right? So all this is doing is you pass a document. I recently see it is understanding handwritten documents as well. So you pass the document and any text on that, it will extract. Then if the document has specific tables inside, maybe you have a large PDF document which has different tables, maybe a table on page number 2, page number 3, page number 4, and you just want to extract data from those tables like headers and columns and rows. It has a feature where you can call this service and you can extract specific tables. So it will give you information for, okay, what information is in cell 5, row 2, and things like that. So it can be very useful for item level details and receipts or invoices. Then we have document classification. So you pass a document, it will read that document, it will understand that document, and will help you classify that document. We see a lot of these use cases, especially when it comes to media groups as well, where maybe someone is trying to do a research and they are trying to identify different kind of documents, so and specifically a law as well. So easily you can classify, you can send thousands of documents to the service. It will classify, and you can then utilize those documents. You can compartmentalize, you can put them into different folders based on your requirement. Today, we will look at the pre-trained key value extraction, which is, we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have different pre-trained models for receipts, for invoices, where it has been trained on massive amount of different types of invoices or receipts or passports, where it will help you extract key values. So if I look at invoices, it is extracting more than 29 common fields, which you would like to extract. Fields like purchase order number, invoice ID, due date, vendor address, and as well as line items, things like quantity, unit price, tax, and so on. So you can utilize this service. And in our demo, we will be actually looking at how you can actually call these APIs, extract these key values, and then if your use case is to create an invoice in ERP Cloud or another ERP, you can do that using integration, or maybe you want to create a sales order. So that's what I will be demonstrating to you. I see a lot of hands are being raised. Please put your questions in Q&A, and at the end of this, we will answer all your questions. Then you do have an option of creating custom models. So again, when you will look at this service, this is, as I said, is a developer-friendly service. So this is a service which we provide to you. So you don't have to write a single piece of code to do any kind of a training. But if there is a certain document which you say, I want to extract. Recently, one of my colleagues was doing a POC and was working with a customer, which is a postal company. And they have very specific documents which daily they need to extract for, when they are transferring documents around the address and things like that. So we created a custom model for them. What is a custom model? You upload some sample documents. Maybe you start with 10 sample documents. Using the UI, you can label the document. So if there is a field, maybe you want to extract the invoice number from that field, just as an example, or you want to extract XYZ from that field, you as a user, you will just label all those 10 documents that I am getting this information from this area. And then it will train itself. All those 10 documents don't have to be exactly the same. These can be different types. You are basically telling, okay, this is the key value that I want to extract from this document. And in this format, it comes on this position. So you will label it, and then you can use those APIs to extract the data, specifically the keys, the values that you want to extract. So you have the option of creating projects. You have the option of creating custom models and train it. But again, this training is all data labeling, and then the service trains itself. How do you interact with this? We will look at two methods today, but there are REST APIs available. So you can call the REST APIs synchronous as well as asynchronous. And as Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, we provide SDKs also. So if you want to do programmatically, you can do it. But today we will be focusing on how you can call this from Oracle Integration Cloud using the REST APIs. Okay, let's look at the service. So this is Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. When you go onto the menu under Analytics and AI, these are all the different AI services we have. And today we are talking about Document Understanding. When you come to the homepage of Document Understanding, you see there are a lot of information available to you. There are video tutorials. There are self-paced workshops. You can, if you have an environment, you can go through these self-paced workshops. These are live labs, documentation, and then it talks to you about different features and blogs as well. On the left-hand side, you see different features of this service. So let's look at some of those step by step. The first one is the text extraction. So this is mainly a normal OCR where you upload a document and it will analyze this document. And now you can see line by line, it is extracting the text from that particular document. The table extraction, when you call the service with the feature table extraction, what it will do is you notice that I have a document which is basically a partnership agreement example. And this document has got one table over there. Maybe it's not clear, but I can tell you it's basically 3 columns, 3 rows, number of name of partner, agreed upon cash, percentage share, and then there are certain values. So what this does, it was able to identify that there is one table, and in that table, what are the values? And in the response is basically a JSON response where you can extract that specific values. Okay, what is in the row 1, row 2, and so on. So now you upload a document, you have a table, and now you can, get that data and then use it in your automation scenario. When it comes to key value extraction, it has different pre-trained models. So this is a pre-trained model where, for example, we have an invoice, right? And normally this is one type of invoice. It's not trained on one specific. I will upload another invoice shortly just to show you how it does its job on different formats. So here I can see there is an invoice that has been uploaded, and there is some addresses, there are certain line item, there is a PO number, and so on. So on the right-hand side, you can see it has extracted. So if I click on invoice ID, it is 100 and it tells me where it is extracting it. If I look at shipping address, it tells me how it is extracting it. And on the line items as well, it is telling me exactly which line item it is getting. So quantity is 1, product code, what's the product code, unit price, amount, and so on. So in this service, these are the key values that it is able to. So compared to text extraction, which is kind of a dumb extraction, it can be very, very useful based on your use case where it is extracting each and every text line. Here it is extracting specific keys, things like which we want to extract in an invoice ID, vendor address, and so on. The last one is document classification. The purpose of this is mainly to classify a document. So when I upload this document, it was able to extract and say, okay, this is a bank statement. So it classified it as a bank statement, and it gave me a confidence score as well. It said it can be a driver license as well, but if you can see the confidence score of that is very, very low, 4.82%. So it can go ahead and classify. Lastly, you can go ahead and create custom models for creating custom projects based on your specific requirements. Before I go further, let's quickly jump into our presentation mode again. Okay, so now how are we going to use with integration? So when it comes to Oracle Integration Cloud, right? Oracle Integration Cloud has got a lot of capabilities. We have integration, we have process automation, we have Visual Builder, B2B, and so on. And always when we talk about Integration Cloud, we talk about it is very stronger because of our different capabilities which are in Oracle Cloud Service. So today we are looking at one of the services, which is the Document Understanding Service, which is part of our large set of OCI services, and how we can easily expand our integration use cases, automation use cases, wherever the requirement is. Oracle Integration Cloud comes with pre-built with a lot of adapters. And all our partners who have been working closely with us, they would have noticed in OIC 3, recently we have added a huge set of adapters, and we are adding more and more. In this scenario, the demo that I will show you, I will be utilizing 2 of the key adapters. One is the REST adapter, which would be used as a trigger, as well as I will use the REST adapter to integrate with my AI document understanding service. Plus, I would be using the ERP Cloud adapter because I would be creating a sales order in the order management module. When we are automating invoices, orders, this is just a high-level thing that I see, use case. You can ingest documents from any different way. Oracle Integration Cloud give you all these different adapters. I'm seeing customers utilizing it where they have a email inbox where suppliers are sending invoices to a certain email inbox, and OIC is basically reading those emails, downloading the attachment, sending the document to document understanding, and finally, if the target is a database or a target mostly is an ERP cloud, it is sending that to the ERP cloud. If you want to do two-way, three-way matching, that's also what you can do within Integration Cloud. In other cases, I'm seeing you are uploading invoices from a custom application. Maybe you have created a front-end extension using VBCS or Apex, or maybe there is a current system where people are loading invoices to a file-based location or FTP server. And the ingestion part can be any different way you can receive it. And Oracle Integration Cloud, with the help of its adapters, can help you get that document, get that file. The automation part would be of integration. We do see requirements where you want to add a approval process. I showed you a example where the confidence level was 86%. Maybe you want to create a approval process where the confidence level is less than 90%. You want someone to actually look at that invoice, look at the data, and then do an approval. So you can always do that using the process automation capability. Classify and extract is the document understanding. And finally, store, you can put it in any ERP system, any database, or whatever your target is. So that's overall how the logical architecture looks like. Now, this is the purchase order invoice that I will be using in my demo. Let's first pass it through the document understanding. So let me go back to key value extraction and load this local file. So let me override that to invoice. Okay. So it will take a few seconds. It will extract. And we will be able to see different fields that it has extracted. So here you can see that it was able to extract the vendor address recipient, which is, I don't know, Thermo Fisher Scientific, vendor address, invoice date, line items, and I have more than around 10 lines items there. Now, when you look at this interface, there are two things which are to be noted. One is the request. So this is how my request payload looks like. When I'm going to call the backend REST API, I will be passing this. So key value extraction, I'm passing the document type as an invoice. I need to provide the target object storage because it stores the response in the object storage. And then the response is also a JSON object. Now, I've copied this response over here just so that you guys can, view that a bit clearly. So what you see in the response, it's telling me how many pages in that document, the document type that it has detected. Then it is extracting all the words. It is extracting all the lines. But what I'm interested is in the key values. So the things that you were seeing in the front-end interface here, because as an integration developer, I am interested in what the JSON response looks like. I can see, okay, the name field it has extracted is, vendor address recipient. So within document fields, the field type is key value. This is the name. And the value is of type string, and Thermo Fisher Scientific is the value. Not only that, it provides me the polygons. So what you see over here, that this particular value that it has extracted, which is the first one we are starting, is extracted from this part of the document. So it is giving me exactly from where in the document it has extracted that value. And then there's value. So similarly, all the different key values, vendor name, and when it comes to address, the type will change from string to date. So this is how my JSON object looks like. And this is what I would utilize as part of my integration. Now, let's look at Oracle Integration Cloud. This is Oracle Integration Cloud version 3, the latest and greatest. What I have done here, we are using projects. So I have created a project. First thing, you need to create connections. So let me, so here you have connections. So I have created 4 connections, one for my SCM ERP Cloud adapter, 2 connections, one for the object storage, one for AI Document Understanding service, which I'm connecting via REST API. In this case, I'm using OCI signature version 1. I can use a service invocation REST API as well. And there is a trigger for a REST endpoint. Now let's what should we do? Okay, let's fire it first, and then we go into the integration because it may take 10 seconds. So let's do that. So in my integration, what I'm doing is I am allowing it to load a file. So I'm using the same purchase order. So this is the purchase order that I have uploaded. And in this scenario, I'm just doing it directly from the UI, but the purpose of this integration is you can call this integration from maybe an application. In many cases, I call it from a scheduled parent integration, which is getting all these files from a FTP location or an object storage location or reading it from the emails. So what you see is it has extracted all the key data for me. So this is the order number. I'll just copy because I need it next. But let's look inside the integration, how I build, or what are the key components of this integration. The trigger, this was the one which uploaded the file. The first thing I have to do is I have to save this into stage file, and I am calling the OCI Document Understanding API create AI processor job. So this is what I need to call. So this is, I'm using the REST APIs. I provide the sample payload as a request. So this is what the sample payload looks like. And this is nothing different than what you see. And you can find that in the documentation as well. This is my sample request payload. And I do the same for the sample response payload as well. Now, when I am performing the mapping, when I'm calling, there are certain things that I need to provide for this. Let's quickly have a look at that. Is from a processor config, there are certain things like processor type. I'm using general, and I'm telling it I'm sending some invoices. The purpose of processor type, you use general when you are using the pre-trained models. If you are using a custom model, then you need to provide an OCID of that particular custom model. The features that I'm using is the key value extraction. So as you can see, document understanding service has got different features, table extraction, text extraction. In this case, I wanted to pass the key value extraction. For the input location, there are two ways you can pass documents to it. One way is you pass the document inline. So if you have a document which is smaller in size, I think it's less than 5 pages, and then there would be a payload limit as well, 5 MB. Please look at the service limits for that. You can just pass it. Otherwise, you might have a list of document in an object storage, and you can provide the location of that as part of that. And you need to provide an output location, which needs to be an object storage. So I'm providing the bucket name and so on. So this calls the document understanding service. The next bit, the output comes in object storage. So I have then created an invoke for the REST API for object storage, and I'm passing the namespace, bucket name, object name. And for my integration fellow developers, you would have guessed it. I already provided where the output is coming from, going to come. So I mapped the same values over here. So I know that the document, the response would be here. Now, the interesting bit is the question that I get most often, that is this synchronous or asynchronous? When you are calling it this way, although it is putting the response in the object storage bucket, but it does not give me a success response. I do not move ahead from this unless it has put the response inside the object storage. So I don't have to add any kind of a wait activity. I do not have to go and check that object storage again and again. Basically, what happens when I call this in this mode, which is real time, it will only give me the response in the object storage, or it will give me the response of this API once the response is available in object storage. If I run this in a batch mode, where I might be loading a document of 2,000 pages with 2,000 different invoices, yes, it will then batch mode I need to then go and look at the object storage when the response is going to come. And there are ways we can actually do that in real-time response, like a callback also. So once I have received the response, now I'm going into the ERP Cloud adapter. So what I want to do in this scenario, I want to create a sales order. The ERP Cloud Adapter gives us different options. I am going to use the API of order creation. So I'm choosing query, create, update, or delete information. In the adapter, it gives me access to all the APIs. So I have chosen the sales orders for Order Hub. And what operation I'm running is I need to create a sales order. So I'm choosing create. I've got certain child resources. So while it gives me option to all the child resources, in my use case, I just wanted to add bill to customer, ship to customer, and the item line. So I have added that. And that's all. So that's what was my configuration of the ERP adapter. And now in the mapping, let's look at the mapping quickly when I'm creating the order. As you know, the sales order or any API from Fusion gives me a big payload. But for quick, let's look at what are the fields that I have mapped. Depending on the data that is coming, you can map more values as well, less values as well. But I just want to show you how the mapping works. So if you look at the response that I got, the object storage response, I have saved it in a stage file. So I'm getting that response. And now I'm getting the billing address recipient. Now, if you quickly come over here, let's copy this. Let's search. Okay, so here you can see the key value, name is billing address recipient, and I want to get this text out of it, right? So what you see over here is I am getting the field value, and I am passing, okay, which name of that field label I am looking for. So this is just how you do the mapping, how you perform the transformation, how you extract the data from the JSON object. So wherever you see I am passing purchase order, in this case, I'm getting the purchase order. And similarly in lines, where I'm mapping things like product code, order quantity, again, I'm performing the same old trick. How do I extract the specific values that I'm interested in from the JSON response that I'm getting? So this is how the mapping works. Now, let's go back because I executed it. Let's go into observe. So this is what I had run. I had done a test before. So you can see before starting, I was running. So here you can see it has been successful, and I had copied the order number, which came out of it. Now let's go into ERP Cloud and order management system. Remember, this is the purchase order that I'm trying to create as a sales order inside my order management system. Okay, I copied that. Give me 1 second. Let's copy that again. This is the order number. So 98471 was the order number that was created. And here you can see the billing address, that's the Ashford Hotels, and all the different line items have been created inside my order management system successfully, with the quantities, with all the prices, with the total value and everything, right? So this is what I had done as part of the mapping. Some of the error messages that you see on this side, this is basically the checks happening on the order management side, whether this item is in our inventory or not, and things like that, right? So that's on the order management side of this thing. But using this, what we have been able to do successfully is we have been able to get the order, we have been able to extract the key values from there, and we have been able to create an order inside sales order. This was a simple example. If you want to do two-way matching, of course, using Oracle Integration Cloud, you can do that. We created an order management. We have a lot of examples for you. If you want to create invoices, that's a very, very common use case. You can go to our channel and you can see that as well. That's all from my end. Thank you, Jürgen. Over to you.
Thank you, Harris. Impressive presentation and wonderful demo. Really nice. And there are a couple of questions. You can start looking at them, and then we read out some questions for the benefit of everybody in a minute. Before that, we would like to hand over to Neil. Neil, are you here?
I am indeed. And I'm just saying I've answered many of the questions there, but there's some of them there I'd like, Harris or maybe Kishore and Subani to look at just to make sure that I don't say anything wrong. And I think one of the main things that comes across here is, okay, I've trained my document understanding on my, say, set of invoices. What happens if the invoice format changes? In other words, what happens if a couple of extra fields come in here, maybe for VAT or something like that, or for export rules or whatever? And so I think these are the sort of things that folks are asking about, how intelligent is this model? When do I need to retrain it? And another question there is, I think, is what about handwritten invoices? Now, I'm sure there are situations where there are still companies receiving faxes, and the fax could be handwritten and is written on the top invoice for following and whatever. And I assume that that's something that we can actually train as well. So it doesn't, it can be any RTF, PDF, whatever, but it could also be handwritten. But as I say, I'm passing that on to Harris and the crew there to get on with that. So without further ado, I'm going to look at, or just go through some of the new features of 2402 with you. You can see my screen. Okay, so we have a great blog post on 2402. And one of the things that I think that I just wanted to show you folks that's very, very interesting here is the ability to test within the canvas itself. So I'm just going to go in and do this here now. So I'm doing some other work as here, as you can see at the moment, but we can go in here now and I'll just show this to you. And again, all of this has been done in projects, and projects are getting more and more features in here, of course. And we really do advise folks to work with project, the fact that you can then apply or back to the project, making it a private project or just for your team or whatever, makes this very easy. So if we look at this simple example here, you will see when I go in here, now all of this guy is doing is just returning a string, whatever, order processed successfully. You can see here the test button here. Now, when I click on that test button, you will see what actually happens in the background. It's actually activating the integration for me. So like we are testing it, but the testing is doing what we used to do under the hood. In other words, going in, activating that integration, getting the endpoint details, bringing up the tester, etc., allowing us then to look at the input file, or else kind of, change that. And here we are here. Here's our body. That's the default. Product is iBike and so on. And I can say run. And of course, I can see, okay, here is the return code is success. As I say, there's not much happening here. Now you can see here what it's doing is getting the activity stream. So of course, your integrations will have an awful lot more business processing logic in there. So you will be able to go through all of that. Now, what we can do, of course, there is we can click on body here, and we can, as I say, click run again. And I can put in a different, say, product. We'll say it's an iCar. Not that it'll make any difference here. And we can do run. And of course, we see we get the same sort of thing, it's success, etc., and so on. So you can see how easy it is to actually to leverage this tester. Now, one of the things then, of course, is I'm finished my testing, and what do I actually do then? And then you will see here, there is the button end test. So again, and this is something else I just wanted to show you as well. You will see here with 2402, we actually show you which user has triggered the integration. So it's a small change here, but it's very interesting that you can see now, which user has actually triggered this particular integration. Now, when I click end test, so what it's actually doing here, it's doing what we would do as well if we wanted to get back in and edit this integration. We're going to deactivate this integration, and then we're just going to go back into edit mode. So you see exactly what it's actually doing here as well on that. So then once it's deactivated that, I have it back in edit mode. So the win here for me is it's saving me an awful lot of clicking, and I'm staying within the canvas. So that's a great new feature that we have here in 2402. Now, the other features that we have in here, I'll just go through some of them as well with you, is the new jet-based diagram builder. So you will see here that the user interface here has changed somewhat. Now, it's more responsive and whatever, and it's it just looks better as well, more responsive. And as you can see, you can just drag these things across here, and you will see here, there are some other things here that I've changed. For example, when I add a switch, for example, here, let me go and add the switch. You can see you have the ability here from you have it expanded and things like that here. And then you can just go out and into expand and so on with that, you know? So it's just the user interface has been improved in that respect there, new jet base there here. Now, another thing here that's very interesting for folks now, especially for myself, because I do quite a bit in respect of observability and monitoring, is the fact that you're now able to search on a specific error message. So this is also very, very useful. Like you can actually go into OIC and you can actually check then on, you know, for like, I won't have any errors here, I assume, because everything works perfectly for me here. Say, let's just discard that guy there. But I have the ability here when I go into observability and I go here to errors, that I can actually, and as I say, I don't probably have any errors in this environment. Let me check. No, I do have some errors, but you can see here the ability to actually sort, first of all, errors by integration, which is very important as well. You know, which integration is giving me all of these errors? And you see it's just this one guy here. Normally, of course, it would be a list there, but it's listed by, you know, the top and then in descending order, so to speak. And then, of course, you have here then error by connections, etc. as well. It's not showing me anything here because that one is not using any. And then we have, you know, error recovery jobs and errors and so on. And this is where it's actually coming in with the actual fault location of this. And I'm sure all of these are the exact same error. But it's just giving you an idea that we do have more possibilities there within observability in 2402. Now, within B2B, we have then the ability as well for, to support new document types. Now, in 2312, we had EDIFACT, X12, OAG, Custom Rosetta Net. And as you can see here, we've added to that X12 HIP-AA, and also we've added fixed length. So these are new document structures that are document types that are available for you in B2B. Now, fixed length is, for example, you know, CSV files, that sort of stuff there. And X12 HIP-AA, this is for those folks, it's a subsystem or a subset of X12 specifically for the healthcare space. And as you know, we are doing an awful lot in that space at the moment. Now, the B2B metrics dashboard is also available as well here. So this is very interesting. And we see a big uptake on B2B as well. So like when you go into the dashboard here, you may have noticed this, but like you can go here from integration dashboard to B2B dashboard. Now, I probably don't have any B2B stuff in here, but just to let you know that you will be able then to view the B2B, and I've nothing in there for B2B. So, but it is available for you if you are using B2B. You get your stats then available there. So it's just giving you more power to our B2B consumers in this respect. Now, another huge feature was the Rapid Adapter Builder. Now, the Rapid Adapter Builder allows you to create your own adapters in OIC. Now, I have a set of blog posts about that, which I can just show you here, where I go in step by step, showing you how you actually do this. And I think it should be under here under Rapid Adapter Builder, if I've done this properly. Rapid Adapter Builder. So I have 3 blog posts where I actually go through this, and shows you exactly, like this stuff is based on Visual Studio Code. So you download that, and then you download an extension. So like what we have here is we have an Oracle extension for this. And you will see it's on the Visual Studio Marketplace. And it should be down here for, there it is here, Oracle Integration Cloud Rapid Adapter Builder. And once you get in there, you have the ability then to, for example, import a Postman collection. Now we can actually have a quick look at this. Let me see, VISUAL, Visual Code. Now I just have to find Visual Code. Let me find this. It should be here under program files. Visual Code. Here we go. So within this Visual Code, what we're using here as the basis is a Postman collection. or Open API. And so the whole idea is you start off, you say, okay, I want to create a new adapter for a set of REST APIs from a certain vendor. So for example, I took AMQP as an example for RabbitMQ. And I created the Postman collection and I just imported that Postman collection here. And so from this Postman collection, what you actually do is you will see here in this file. No, I don't need to later. Let's do that there. You will see here, we have this, we generate from this guy what's known as a ADD file, which is the adapter definition file. And so like you have stuff in here, which is very, very simple to understand. Like, for example, you're going to have the name of it. And then you're going to have, okay, the adapter name that you're going to show in OIC, the versions, etc., etc. You can also have publisher information, document URL, and all of this sort of stuff. So the whole load of metadata that will go along with your adapter. And then you can say, okay, does this support the connectivity agent? Yes, no, etc., etc. And then what you will see here is it has parsed the Postman collection that I have up here. And it goes in here and it says, okay, what's the response, the request and response for the various operations like, and you see all of this information here and so on. And then you have the connection properties. And then this is designing, how the adapter will actually work then in OIC. So I'll just give you an example of this here. So we can have a quick look at this guy as well. So with that, I'm just going to go into another OIC instance. Let me go into this guy here. And you will see here that I have my adapter here. So this one is called, the adapter instance actually is called Cuneen, which is the Gaelic for rabbit, just in case you're wondering why I came up with that name. But you will see here when I go into connections, and you will see here, and I do create a connection, you will see here, I have Cuneen Gaelic adapter, and this is the guy that we have in here. There we go. Let's go to the very top of this file again here. So there it is there, Cuneen Gaelic adapter. Okay, so that's the name I actually have here now. And when I click on this guy here and I say AA demo, and I go in here and you will see here, for example, I can have the connection type. Now the connection type is either one of these two guys. And this is what I've actually specified in here as well. So that all of that information will have been specified up here. And it just makes it's so easy, like within an hour, just kind of with a bit of a learning curve. But within an hour, you have your own adapter within this here. Now, what I can also do within this, I can specify, okay, which sort of security do I want, etc., etc. And then what I can also do there is I can also define that when I'm actually using this adapter, which fields do I want displayed in the wizard itself. So just to say for everybody there, this is a very, very useful new feature, this Rapid Adapter Builder. I think for partners, it's a great play. So we will be doing a dedicated session on this if we haven't done one already, just to get you guys skilled up on this. Okay, now you see here, there is a thing called a publisher.yaml file where you specify your target OIC instance. So it's very, very easy to right mouse click on this guy, and then you just say publish. You can validate it. And it says, okay, there's something wrong here. I have to check on my things there. And once that's okay, then you just do publish, and then the adapter appears in the list as I've just shown you over here. Okay, so with that, as I say, 2402 also includes new adapters, Salesforce REST adapter, Coupa adapter for spend management, etc. There's been a load of enhancements to existing adapters. So there's a load of new stuff there. But I think for my two favorites will be the tester and the Rapid Adapter Builder here. And as I say, if you want to find out about that, there's plenty of blog posts, including my own, on how to actually leverage this tool. So with that, Jürgen, I think we've time still for Q&A. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me summarize the call. Come to Q&A. Thanks for the update, Neil. So if you're not yet a member in the partner community, please make sure that you register to get our newsletter and webcast invite and also get access to the community website. There are really nice blogs out there. Neil showed you the integration blog from the team. Neil is writing his own blog. Kishore, Supani, and myself also, and Harris is also a blogger. So make use of it and also use the documentation for any kind of demos and proof concept. And as part of the documentation, you will find live labs. If you have implemented successful Oracle integration, let us know. Send me the success story win template, and we can start promoting you as a partner. All the links, all the resources are available on our resource page at bit.ly/linksORC. So here we go with the questions and answer. Harris, there are a couple of questions regarding the availability of AI services. In which data center and when are they available?
Yes. So the service that we talked about today, the document understanding service, it's not a generative AI service. As I said, this is our citizen AI service. This service is available in almost all the regions. We do have generative AI offering, which I was discussing as Cohere and now Llama 2. The initial region that we are supporting is Chicago region. So you can go into that region and you can start playing. There is an aggressive plan to add the same service to other regions as well. But if you have a customer, if you have a very specific requirement, I will recommend you to please reach out to your partner manager, and they can work closely with you in making sure your customer gets this service to them ASAP.
So the services you showed, integration is available basically in all data centers, and also the AI services you showed are available in most data centers, correct?
Yeah, document understanding is available in most data centers, actually all data centers, if I'm not wrong. Integration is available in all as well. Generative AI is the one which I'm talking about. The question was specific to generative AI. That's a different service, the Cohere and Llama 2. That's starting with Chicago.
Cool. The document service, in which languages is it available?
Currently, it is supporting, of course, English. It is supporting between 5 to 7 languages when it comes to OCR, including Spanish, Portugal, and others. And then once that beta is over, then they are going to bring in that to the key value extraction as well. So the way these services are working, as I said, there are different things it can do. English is by default everywhere. For the text extraction, we are supporting already 9 to 10 languages. And once testing is complete and our customers and our partners are happy with that, then those services will come into the key value extraction as well. So there is a plan to add more and more languages.
Then what kind of document formats are supported, and do you also support handwritten?
So handwritten is something that I have personally tested. If you look at the documentation, we are not supporting it, but I know there is a plan to support. So in my experience, numbers of handwritten numbers, it extracts very nicely. I will recommend you to go and just play and test. But that is part of the roadmap. Handwritten should be coming. And when it comes to format, from a document that we are uploading, it's the PDF and different image formats. The information is in the documentation, TIFF, JPEG, and others. On the format type, like invoices, there is a whole set of types. We don't even know, because we keep receiving different kind of invoices with different customers and partners, and we keep looking at it, and it does a good job. So yeah.
Okay, cool. What happens if you change the model after you, or make some changes after you train the model?
So that's a very specific question to the custom model. It depends what those changes are. But mainly, if you want to add more type of documents into the existing model, you can actually go in, add more documents in the what we call as the training data set, and you can ask it to train again. The training normally is a time period from half an hour to 24 hours that it can take to train the model, depending on different factors. or you can create another custom model if you want to keep two versions of the same or similar custom models. Yeah, you can add more documents or you create another one from scratch.
And all services are available in the universal credit model, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. So moving on a little bit to the integration side, Kishore and Neil, there's a question on disaster recovery. What is available in Generation 3? How can you set up disaster recovery?
Yeah, I answered that question there. Customer managed disaster recovery should be possible with the 2404 release. So that would be the April release of OIC. Oracle managed disaster recovery, that's something we're looking at supporting later on, maybe June, August timeframe. So the Oracle managed disaster recovery would piggyback on top of the Fusion disaster recovery. Like, so, you know, if you're using OIC for your Fusion ERP integration needs, the Fusion DR site would probably be the one that would be used as well then as the OIC DR site. Okay.
Is the Rapid Adapter Builder already available, or which version will it be?
It's already available now, and the blog post, the official Oracle blog post, or my own blog post, it goes through exactly, okay, where do you find, you know, you have to download Visual Code, costs you nothing. Where do you get the extension for Oracle RAB? And we showed you where that is. And then it's just a case of following the documentation or following the blogs, just to try out a simple example, you know. Now, the idea would be, of course, going forward, the partners can put this on the marketplace and use it as, you know, as a, you know, as marketing purpose, or you could also, I'm sure, look at charging customers for using these adapters, you know.
Okay,
depending on the complexity, of course. Okay,
so
any
we
other
will
questions?
cover Oracle Rapid Adapter Builder in the next community webcast in March. So make sure you read the community newsletter for details.
And as I say, for partners, I think this is very, very compelling. Now, even if it is a case just for your own projects, to make them to streamline the execution of your own projects, to get away from using, you know, the generic REST adapter, where you have to take care of a load of stuff from security to refreshing tokens, etc., etc. All of this stuff is taken care of you through RAB, and it's very, very powerful. So please do attend.
Okay. Harris, any questions you want to point out to answer for the benefit of all?
No, I think we have answered most of the questions. You guys and ladies can reach out to us. We are available and happy to help on the Slack channel, on LinkedIn, whichever way. If there are any questions popped up later on, we are happy to help. And yeah, try these services and let us know your experience.
Yeah, make sure you get a free trial. All services we've shown today are available as part of the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. There you can get a free trial for 30 days and you can run the AI services or Oracle integration. Kishore, Sobhani, Neil, any questions you would like to point out? Anything we should cover? Okay. Everything covered?
Nothing, no.
So thanks for the wonderful webcast. Special thanks to Harris and Neil for being our speakers again. I hope everybody signed up for the new Zoom ID. Sorry, we were advised by marketing to change it, and we will continue with the new ones, and it will be a series. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to the speaker team or to our local contacts. Neil is covering EMEA, Paolo is covering South America, Ravi Shaplani in the US, Ravi Pinto in India, Steve Tyndall in Asia, and myself regarding partner and customer event questions. We have the resources for you available. So if you go to links OIC, you find all the resources for integration, same for digital assistant. Make use of them. And we are looking forward to welcome you again on March 26th at the next community webcast. We will present details about Rapid Adapter Builder, which is a great opportunity for you as a partner to build your own adapter. Thank you for attending and thanks for the whole team.